Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the Morphajang, and I know I'm jacking up the name like really badly, so I apologize to anyone who contributed to the naming of this product. It's a hair coloring material, and more specifically a hair coloring wax. I got in the color of like gold. It's like supposed to be kind of like a blonde color, but it's more like a metallic gold, I think, when I put it on. I've used it a couple times before, which is why like half of the bottle is like gone. But this has lasted me months. Like, it's really good if you want to just add a little bit of color to your hair and you don't want to do anything permanent. That's what I use it for. So I usually add it to the tips of my hair, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just going to be taking out some of the braids and then like coloring or adding the wax to the bottom part of my braids and then braiding it back up, letting it dry, and then after that seeing the end results. So what I'm going for is like a curly look with blonde bottom. So we'll see how it goes, and if you want to find out how it looks like, keep watching this video. Let's get popping. Okay, so like I said before, freshly washed hair, or maybe I didn't say that. Not sure. This is my second take at this video. So I freshly washed my hair and I did the braiding band method. So I got my braids, my little band right here. What I'm gonna do is go through them one at a time and unbraid just probably like a couple ways up. And my hair is still wet. So it's, I wouldn't say it's like damp, you know, cause I got out of the showers probably like 30 minutes ago. So my hair is wet, and I think that whenever you want to do the wax, you want your hair a little bit wet. You don't want it to be terribly wet, but you do want it to be moist. Could be a good word to use here. I don't know. Anyway, so a little bit goes a long way with the wax. I wouldn't go crazy with it if I were you. I'm not, so obviously make your own decision, but I would say for like a braid this much, I'd probably use like this much, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the color. My hair might actually be a little too damp. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. My hair might be a little too damp for the color, so I might actually dry out the other braids before adding the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll also show you guys the transfer. I don't know if, yeah, you guys can see that color pretty good, I think. I feel like, and this is my husband, I feel like it's not taking the color well. I've definitely seen it take it better. I think it's because it's not completely dried. I don't know. So, I mean, hey, we're experimenting together. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do is just finish up this braid and see what comes out of it, whatever. But for the other ones, I'm going to grab a towel and just dry out the bottom just a little bit and then apply the wax color. So I'm not going to add the elastic back on. I'm just going to braid my hair all the way down. And then the last piece of it, just go like that. That's it. All right, so I'll be right back. This is how it looks. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm back. I actually stepped away from the camera and all the lights. I realized it transferred pretty well. I don't know why I couldn't see that before, but whatever. Anyways, also I braided the braid tighter, so that's why you'll see it does this little kink versus like these ones are loosely braided because I braided it to wash. Now I'm braiding it for a nice wash and go. So I grabbed my towel as promised. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of like squeeze some of the water out. I do think that the wax does stick on better if your hair is a little wet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just repeat the method. So I got rid of some excess water. I'm gonna braid probably like this much. Take not that much of the wax. Like, I don't know if that's a lot to you, but I guess it's subjective what, you know, that much and not a lot or a little bit means to anybody. Sometimes people think $1,000 is not a lot of money. When you're broke like me, it is. So it's all subjective. Yeah, this is like pretty much the method. I'm liking how it's coming out. It's hard to see because when the lights are like glaring at you, you don't really notice the color. But then I look at the camera and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's pretty good. So I'm just kind of being random about where I place the color so that way I can get like random highlights, especially when it's curly. That's my hope anyways. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and braid that back up. For those of you who are watching me who are locked, please let me know how long you've been locked. I've been locked for a little over 2 years now. So I got locked in May 2019. May 27, 2019 to be more specific is when I finished all of my hair. I'd say I've been locked for what does that make it? 2 years and 7 months? I think that's right. 2 years and 7 months I've been locked for. When I got locked, I mean, I always had like thick hair, like thick 4C hair, but when I got locked. Not gonna lie to you, it was looking a little, I mean, I did have volume, but I didn't have as much as I wanted, and I was like, but I trusted the process. And when I tell y'all I have a big head of hair, first of all, my head's already gigantic, so could you imagine? I'd say for sure, like, a tip that I think people underestimate about having locks, or sister locks particularly, you need a schedule for doing your hair. I know it sucks, like sometimes we're not used to doing our hair at a certain schedule, but you really need to stick to a schedule, because people will experience breakage and experience thinning at their roots of their lock. You need to have a schedule. If you do not have a schedule for doing your hair, and I'm talking like 6 weeks, I think max. If you go like 7 weeks past it, or 8 weeks for whatever reason, maybe you're out of country or you're doing something, or quarantine, for example. I know a lot of people weren't really getting their hair done during quarantine, so it's okay, but to go months on months without retightening your hair, I think is very dangerous for your hair. Obviously, people have done it just like you want to, you know, be the healthiest for your body. So I mean, yeah, sure, you can do a lot of things that it's not going to be the end all be all for your hair, but is it the best thing for your hair? No. And if you want your hair to thrive and be voluminous, and you want to be proud of the work that you and your loctician, your consultant have into your hair and your jeans, then the best thing to do is to take care of it the best way. And I would say that going like 3 months without a retightening is not the best thing for your hair. So I went ahead and I actually sped up the process for you guys, just because I don't think you need a 30-minute video of me just unbraiding and doing my hair. I feel like it's a pretty repetitive process. So really what I'm doing, again, just to emphasize, going to unbraid the bottom of my hair, going to dab it with a towel just to get rid of excess water, and then add some hair wax just at the base of the locks, trying to get an even cover on all the locks. And then I'm gonna go ahead and braid it back up, leave it in for a couple hours. I do say 5 hours at the end of the video, but I actually ended up leaving it overnight, which honestly in my opinion is better, just because my locks were completely dry, and so it worked out for me. But I ended up leaving it overnight, not because of intention, just things happen and I lost track of time. I kind of like I feel like this could be a style. I don't know, this is a little crab leggy, but it could be a style. And the transfer is not bad, and I'll show you guys once it dries. Obviously, while it's wet, it transfers. Oh, it hasn't even transferred on my sweater, but it does transfer. But when it's dry, it doesn't transfer too much. It's not too bad. All right, let's keep going. But like my hands are, I don't know if you can see that very well. My hands definitely have gold on them. It's not the worst thing in the world. They come off with water. So I think you've seen enough of this. I'm gonna go ahead, finish my hair off camera, and come back and show you guys what it looks like once it's done. So this is the finished product of the braids. I want to make sure that you guys can see that. This is how much product I have left, which is honestly a lot. I could probably get a couple more of these looks from my brother's dog. Just came in. She's so cute. She's you guys look at her. She's just sitting there. But anyways, this is it, and then I'll come back, probably let it dry, probably a couple hours, maybe 5 hours or so, just to make sure it dries completely, because everybody knows the enemy of a really great braid out is water. If your hair is wet, you're not gonna get a really nice braid out look. So this is what I'm working with. Gotta let it dry. Again, got this off of Amazon. Really great. I like it. Doesn't transfer too much once my hair is dry. So I'll come back on camera. Next time you see me, I'll have a pop and braid out, maybe do a little makeup. Who knows? Just kidding. Instead of just coming on the camera with just a completely braid out look, I did want to show you the safe way to unbraid your hair from a braid out. So I'm going to do that again with the second braid. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm just going to carefully unbraid. I know it looks like I'm going like super fast, but it's just because I sped up the process. So I'm going to unbraid starting from the bottom, moving my way upwards, and then I'm going to use my fingers to finger comb through the locks, so that way they kind of all go together. This is the finished product. I did go out and I came back with my hair, so this is not like right after I did it. I spent some time out and my hair was out, but this is the finished product. This is how it looks. I love it. It's voluminous, it's curly, it has the color, it's very subtle color, so I'm really digging it. And if you guys dig it too, please like, subscribe, and share. Do whatever you gotta do to support your girl and show her some love. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Have a blessed day.